But long story short, started doing a little family research, and I believe it was my great-great-great-grandmother moved to Huntsville from Mississippi with two of her kids, and I found her after the Civil War, and I found her in the 1900 census. So my roots to Huntsville, even though I've only been here 45 years, my roots go back 125 years at least, maybe more.
So when you're traveling back to Nashville, what are you telling the folks there about Huntsville?
Well, I mean, they know how much I love it here. And, you know, it was tough to leave Nashville, a place where you grew up, but I'm going to tell you, when I look at where Huntsville is now and where Nashville is right now, I'm in a better place. I was driving home last night and just through downtown, and I thought to myself, golly, you know, when I retire at some point, am I going to stay in Huntsville? Because I've still got family in Nashville. Closest daughter is in Birmingham. Other daughter is down in Florida. And I'm thinking, I just don't know that I can leave Huntsville. It's so exciting to be here right now, and there's so many things going on that it's like, I'll probably just wind up staying here for a while.
Well, tell us some of the things that make Huntsville so special to you, why you would want to stay here and retire.
It's exciting to see downtown come back to life and redevelop, and to see so many changes where, you know, there are so many places going up now where you can live and you can work close by, and you can play and you can eat and shop. You know, it's kind of an urban feel to it that I'm really enjoying now. I wish we had that 20 years ago, you know, when I was a little bit younger, but it's nice to see that, and it's just exciting.
How did you grow up? What was it like being Jerry Hayes when you were maybe 12 years old?
No different than it is now. I mean, you know, I didn't have any dreams of being a television news person. Something clicked one night. I was watching the news at home, and I thought, man, that's the kind of job I want. Excuse me. You know, I don't want to be somebody that sits at a desk 40 hours a week or sitting at a drawing table or whatever. So I thought, I got to be inside and outside. And I saw that opportunity, so I called the TV station that I was watching, and I said, hey, what do you need to do to get in television news? And there was a guy by the name of Tom Smith that happened to answer the phone, and ironically, he told me, he said, well, go to college, get your degree, then go to work for a small market television station like, say, in Huntsville, Alabama. And I thought, okay, and then you're on your way. Little did I realize at the time that Tom had actually been a reporter at Channel 19 in Huntsville before he went to Nashville. So, you know, I took his advice and immediately started to college that summer and went straight through and finished in 3.5 years. And the last 6 months of my senior year, I actually interned at Channel 5 in Nashville where Tom worked. So that was kind of neat, and then was hired on full time for them as a videotape editor, working behind the scenes.
You've been in this business for 44 years, right?
Yeah.
What keeps you waking up every morning, focused, ready to do the job every day?
Cynthia, I think it boils down to just loving doing what I do. I hope people realize the reason I'm still there doing it is because I love telling stories. And I love telling people's stories, especially when they're personal. I just enjoy doing the news. One funny story that I will share with you that happened. We were in a news conference in the Roosevelt Room there at the White House with Vice President Al Gore, and all of a sudden the door opens and President Clinton sticks his head in and said, hey, what are y'all doing? So just having a news conference, and said, come on in. So he came in, and of course, you know, I raised my hand and asked him a question about funding for the Marshall Space Flight Center, because I knew that is something that people would want to know here in Huntsville, and I thought, you know, got to bring the story home to them. And so after the news conference was over, it got a little casual, and we were standing there. Several members of the Alabama media delegation were there and talking to him, and he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, Huntsville, huh?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Yeah." I said, I'm trying to do my best, Bill Clinton. "Yeah, Chelsea's getting ready to come to space camp down there." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I think in a couple of weeks." And I said, "Well, we'll look forward to hosting her in Huntsville and hope she has a great time while she's there." And so Secret Service guy leans in, he goes, "Please don't report that." And I said, "I won't."